you want to know my opinion on what I think, just keep on watching. Hi guys, what's good? It's your girl Nisi here and I'm back with another video, and welcome if you're new. Please like and subscribe and share this video. So in today's video we're going to be talking about the Detroit rapper Dank Demos. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right, but yeah, she's this really dope rapper. She's really big, like she's a beast. And basically her Lyft driver cancelled her Lyft ride because of the size of her. So on TikTok there's been a lot of back and forth. It's like skinny versus fat or skinny versus obese. You know, a lot of the big like BBWs have been on her side and were like, I know how you feel, da 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 da. And while the skinny people are like, you need to eat healthier, you need to walk, you need to go to the gym. I know both sides. So basically I'm a driver, first of all, but recently my car got clamped because it ran out of road tax and I didn't know. And then guess what guys, the reminder for the road tax came the next day after my car got clamped. Like, so I could have saved myself £100 because once it's got clamped you have to obviously pay for the road tax and then you have to pay to get the clamp off. But anywho, that day with my car being out, I had to get like 3 different Ubers. I hate Ubers, I hate taxis. Like, me and the drivers, we always just get into it for some reason. So I've had taxis cancelled on me, obviously not for my size, but just because we just bumping heads. So, you know what I mean? I drive everywhere. I try not to get on like public transport or like taxis because I just like certain things a certain way. And I just feel like a lot of the taxis these days, the taxi drivers are quite rude. Like this one guy that happened to me, 2 days ago, he was going to a different route because obviously they follow their maps, but because I know where I'm going, I know the other route, if you get what I mean. So we bumped heads a bit and then obviously he's telling me what to do on Uber and I'm like, I don't get Ubers because I drive, I'm a driver. But nevertheless, so she's suing Lyft because of how this driver treated her. I'm gonna roll the clip.
Driver denied me service, BC of my size.
What you saying?
Yeah, I got no space at home. My car is small.
I can fit in this car.
No, believe me, you can.
Yes, I can.
Believe me. So, I'm sorry.
What am I gonna do about my money?
I'm gonna cancel you. You're not gonna be charged.
So you telling me I can't get in a Lyft because I can't fit in your car?
Yeah, you need to order a bigger car.
What make you think I can't fit in a car?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
What makes you think I can't fit in this car?
Because the car is small in the back.
My best friend has a Benz that's newer than this that I can fit in. That's the same size.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't.
So you really telling me I'm too big to get in your car, so I gotta order another Lyft?
Yeah. And to be more specific with you, I got very tired tires.
What I got to do with your tires?
Yeah,
so calm down.
You have no space.
How you know I don't have no space?
Yeah, I got no space in the back.
How do you know I don't have no space?
Okay guys, so you just seen that clip there. I feel like the driver did nothing wrong. Like I said, I've been in taxis, Ubers, and you know, me and the taxi drivers are going back and forth and it's just like, he literally spoke to her, didn't call her out her name. He was just basically saying, you know, have you noticed with that video, I don't know if you could hear, near the end, you couldn't really hear what they were saying because his car was making like loud sounds, like the engine was like going or something. Obviously, he was telling her about his tyres and she's like, what have I got to do with that? Hello? The heavier, the more weight that's in the car is obviously gonna put pressure on the tyres. That's why you need to pump up your tyres sometimes. But she was just acting all like, what's that got to do with me? Like, come on, sis. You know, if he took you on a ride, he would have to pump up his... Not all of them, but, you know, 1 or 2, he'll have to pump them up. But, like I said, he wasn't rude. The taxi that I had the other day, the driver, he was quite rude to me in front of my kids. You know what I mean? But he didn't call her out her name, you know what I mean? Because it could have went left, you know what I'm saying? But he was just like, I have to cancel it. And then, obviously, she's like, well, what about my money? First of all, I'm sure she probably wasn't even going that far. She's going on like she gave my man like £100. And if they cancel it, obviously they're gonna refund you because it's no fault of your own, you know what I mean? But yeah, he's been fired now and she's suing Lyft. I don't know if she's got a case. Obviously, she's got one of those like ambulance lawyers who run after you, and he's saying it's just discrimination, you know, like obviously she's black as well, so they're trying to, you know, play that card about, oh, well, if a taxi man doesn't pick you up because you're black or because you're a Muslim or because you're gay, because you're fat, he's trying to put it on that level, and it's like, it's not that level. I'm gonna show you the car. I had to like get a picture. This is the type of car that he's got. Now, a lot of cars these days, they're big and long in the front, and then when it gets to the back, it's tiny. She won't be able to fit, and obviously she was saying to him, my friend's got a smaller car than you, and I can fit in her car. You need to ring your friend with the smaller car then, because obviously with Lyft, I think it's the same as Uber. We don't have Lyft over here, but I think it's the same as Uber. With Uber, you have a normal taxi, like maybe like, trying to think, like a hatchback. Then you have XL, which is more like a SUV, my type of car, you know, the big things. And then you have a luxury car, so like the Mercedes, the BMWs. So you know what I mean? And then you have the big taxis, the 7-seaters. So you know what I mean? There's a range of taxis, but she chose to pick the cheapest one, which is the hatchback, when really she needs to be in the XL, the SUV, or even the 7-seater. Let's get into some people's reactions.
As black people, we have to stop being ignorant. We have to. So y'all know the rapper Dank Demos is suing Lyft, the Lyft driver, because she was too big to get in his car. That's the problem. I'm on the Shade Room and I see a clip of her walking with like an attorney, just big. And that's fine if you want to be big. But I feel like the problem is you're trying to make it seem like he was body shaming you, and he wasn't. You should have booked the Uber XL if you know you that big. He not personally, he not wrong for saying, oh, like, I'm pretty sure if she wasn't that big, like, like, there's obese, right? There's different waist sizes. And I saw how small his car was. He not wrong. Like, let's keep it a buck. If it was a truck, and you can see like the type of truck he has is spacious, that will be able to contain her, then if he said no, that I can understand. But he wasn't trying to, I don't feel like he was trying to be funny at all whatsoever. And the more I keep seeing her, it's just like, okay, well, you sitting up here, you complaining because you feel like you be discriminated against, and you taking all the necessary steps to suit him. But I feel like you should also take necessary steps to be healthier, so you don't feel like you have to be going through stuff like that. Like, if you want to lose weight a little bit, like, I'm not saying she needs to be skinny or anything, because I love my BBW women, but it gets to a point. Let's stop being ignorant.
I agree with her. Like, I don't know if it's just a black thing, but yeah, we need to stop being ignorant and be more realistic. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to offend you. I've got big people, you know what I mean? As black people, we've all got big people in our families, innit? Like, our bodies are just shaped different. It is what it is. But we just need to be realistic. Her approaching that car, and I've seen skits where people are like acting like she's a dinosaur. You know, when the ground's shaking and you're like, oh, she's a giant. So I'm gonna insert a picture here. She is a really big lady. And I just, even just walking, you know, just like your everyday things like bathing, the toilet, clothing, like how does she cope? She's just, it's too much. And I only recently, doing research for this video, I found out that she was on like a rapper contest like show with Miss Deb, Waka Flocka's mum. And she said, I love you as a rapper, but your health, like, they were climbing stairs one time, and then, you know, she was having breathing problems, and that's why she continued in the competition. She got let go because it was just like her health, her weight. People are out here calling her the notorious, you know, female BIG, like, things like just taking the mick out of her, and it's just like... And then recently she was doing a performance and she fell, and it kind of looked fake, but I think it was real, because when she was trying to get up, it was like... And when I thought about it, she reminded me of, do you remember, well, this is for my 90s kids, 80s, do you remember that toy, that roly-poly toy? Doesn't matter which way It'll just always like, you know what I mean? Like, when I seen her drop, that's all I seen is roly-poly, because she was literally just like...
She weighs over 540 pounds. This isn't about discrimination. I'm from the UK, right? 540 pounds. That is over 235 kg. This young lady is 5'2". I am a man who is 6'2" and I weigh 100 kg. Meaning she is half my height and essentially more than double my weight. And what's really shocking is that this Lyft driver has lost his job. And she is now taking Lyft to court. And as they live in the United States, the land of the brainwashed, the land of nothing makes sense, she will most likely win this case. We're talking about a country where more than 50% of its population suffer from extreme obesity. She will win this case, because what's most likely going to happen is when she's in court, the jury will most likely be overweight, the judge will most likely be overweight, and almost everyone dealing with this case will most likely be overweight. So there's going to be a degree of biasness circulating this whole case, and I just can't believe she even has a case. All of this because the driver said, "You can't fit in my vehicle," and rightly so. 540 pounds. That is over 235 kilograms.
The lady that filed that lawsuit against that Lyft driver, I think her name is Dank something, the rapper. Listen, I drove for Uber before, right? The reason they're driving Uber or Lyft is because they need the money. Some people do it because they're retired. I'm not gonna lie. I get it. I get it from both sides. I see the discrimination in it, but I also see the concern in his little car that the car was on its last tire. You heard it. Tick, 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 tick. So she can get him for discrimination. But also, I looked up the weight capacity of a small car. It's like 800 to 12,000 pounds. So she could have fit. Right? We get that. She could have fit. But the man was looking at it from a personal perspective. Man, my car, tick, 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 tick. And you might get in here and there's too much stress on all of the mechanical parts, you know? It's also a reason to limit the weight. I mean, imagine he's driving Lyft so that he can probably fix the car. You get in the car and cause more damage. Then I also get it from, but would you have picked up 3 200-pound people? Would I have picked up 3 200 people? Sure. Yes. But if my car is tick, tick, ticking, I'm going to go ahead and cancel it and say that I'm sick. I'm done driving for the rest of the night. Just so you can't even say that I discriminated against you. Baby, I'm sick. I don't want you to catch whatever I have. Simple. Think about it. When you're on a plane, they need the weight to be balanced, right? So if she went to the back of the plane, but you don't have anyone in the front of the plane to balance the weight, the plane finna fall out of the sky. The plane is, right? So you getting in the back seat of this man's car with all of your weight. It would be different in my eyes. If 3 people were getting in, that's 200 pounds. You can even give them 220. But somebody's going to be sitting in the front. So now it's balancing out with the driver. Then 2 people in the back. But you getting in here with just over 300 something pounds by yourself, it's a lot of pressure on my back wheels. The man is already fighting for his life. I was doing the driving back then. I was broke anyways. You not finna cause no more mechanical issues to my car.
This is for all the heavy weight rideshare riders. Stop ordering the smallest cars when you weigh like 500 pounds and then play victim when the driver tells you you can't fit. Stop it. Just stop it. Order a big car, order an XL, order an SUV. Pay the extra few dollars because you have the extra few pounds and ride in comfort. why are you picking on a driver who has a small compact car? You yourself know you can't fit because you are very, very big, but you want to give the driver a hard time? That's very selfish of you, and it's quite frankly disgusting behavior. And Lyft, shame on you for letting this woman use you to shame this guy, this driver. So fucked up. Shame on you, Lyft. And shame on you, you whatever your name is, for being overweight and using that to punish someone because you are too lazy to work out and lose a little bit of weight. Shame on you. Shame, shame, shame.
Shame on you, Lyft. Shame on you. Shame on you, Uber. So what I found out doing the research for this video was that Lyft and Ubers really don't back their drivers. You know, like say like, trying to think what store backs no matter what they, you know, there's that saying the customer's always right. But there's certain places like, no, they back their workers more than they back the customer. But Uber, as soon as the customer's got a problem and whatnot, they believe the customer, even like not investigating or anything. They're just quick to let their workers go. So with my man, what he said on TikTok, shame on you, Lyft, it's true. Like, how could you just suck my man? Like, for me, I feel like it wasn't that deep. It's kind of got blown out of proportion. Like I said, I've been denied taxis before. Maybe, I don't know the reasons. I'm trying to think of a reason why I was denied one, but yeah. All right, I've got one. So when I came back from Jamaica this year, we ordered a 7-seater. The guy looked at us and he was like, it's too many suitcases. So it was me, my son, my niece, my mum and my auntie. And then obviously we all had like 2 suitcases each, apart from my son. And he was like, use all can't fit in the car. But our thing was, we got a 7-seater to the airport. So now we're trying to get a 7-seater back. And he was just like, you can't fit. The taxi driver and my auntie get into it arguing because this was in London. I'm from Manchester. And it just didn't make any sense. So at the end, me, my mum and my son, we got into the 7-seater with the suitcases, and then my auntie and niece got the underground. But this is what I mean. It was either that or he was going to cancel the trip. So it does happen, but that was just jarring because that didn't make no sense. We got a 7-seater to the airport, so why can't we get a 7-seater home? And he was like, you need to order a bigger car. And it's just like, I did. I clicked on a 7-seater because, hello, we had luggage. So he's right. If you're big, please order a bigger taxi. It's really not that deep. Make sure you got the funds because obviously it's more pricey. Like, I think the most expensive one is the 7-seater and the luxury type of taxi. So that's like if you've got like a special event, birthday, wedding, you know what I mean? You want to roll up in something nice. But yeah, just everyone just needs to act right. Like the driver needs to act right, and so does the passenger. So there's just a lot. But yeah, shame on Uber and Lyft for not backing their drivers, because in this case, he literally did nothing wrong. He was honest with her. He gave her refund. And he was just like, I can't let you in my car. Like, it's already, you know what I mean? His car's already on the brink. So with that, he shouldn't really be driving as well. Because if your car, you know what I mean? If your car's not doing too well, please go and take it to the garage and, you know what I mean, pattern that and sort that.
So if I go to Six Flags and there's a ride that says you cannot get on this ride if you're over 3 feet, and I'm over 3 feet, do I get to sue Six Flags for not making that specific ride available to me? Even though the ride attendant told me that there's plenty of other rides I can get on, just not this one. Or let's say that I get hired to work in the Hershey's chocolate plant, but I have a peanut allergy. They say you can work in the entire building, just stay away from the Reese's division of the building. Do I get to sue Hershey? They didn't say that I cannot work there. They said, for your safety, stay away from the peanuts. But instead of being a rational human being, I go and sue Hershey, and I get my manager fired because he didn't want to let me work where I could have possibly died. Am I making sense? Any disabilities or physical challenges that I have are my problem. And if I go around making that other people's problem, I'm the one in the wrong. And I'm especially wrong if the only reason I'm making this everyone's problem is because I'm an entitled brat who would not listen to reason. I am not entitled to that which I cannot have. And when I see that I cannot have something, time to cut my losses and keep it moving.
Whew. Everything that young man said was on point. Listen, we all get denied something. You know what I mean? It might be because of your skin colour, because of your hair colour, your hair texture. You know what I mean? If you're big, if you're short, like it is what it is. We all get denied stuff in life. So yeah. And like he said, okay, if I can't go on this ride because I'm too short, like, are you gonna sue? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's crazy. Like, we're just living in like strange times. Like, but yeah, I loved his like response on it because he literally told no lies.
The big girl that got denied the lift because of her size. This is what I have to say to you. First of all, numero uno, bitch, you're pretty as fuck. You're bad as fuck. Actually, body is tea, okay? But it's a gallon of tea, okay? You knew damn well that you was too big to get a regular lift. They have XXLs, okay? You are not just a regular BBW, love. You are a SSBW. So, you know, you kind of got to be mindful of other people's stuff. That if that's his car, you can't be mad that he don't want his car leaning. Like, no shade, but you cannot be mad if he don't want his shit. You know, it takes a lot to replace the motherfucker. What they call it? The hydraulics? What's that called? The shit that make the springs, bitch. It take a lot. Is you gonna fucking help him if he hit a bump and then you fuck up his hydraulics? Like, I just feel like you did wrong for even complaining about it. I would have kept that personally to myself. I wouldn't have complained because you should have got an XXL lift. That's your size. You know you need a bigger size car. So why wouldn't you get the bigger size car and then complain about whatever else picked you up? What if he came with a two-door? Was you gonna just squeeze yourself in a two-door? Like, that doesn't make any sense. You have to, sometimes, you know what I'm saying, you have to accommodate when you know. Like, I'm not trying to, you gotta be mindful. That's that man's actual car. Now, if you tried to get on a bus and a bus driver denied you of commercial services, then that's one thing. But you cannot be mad at somebody's personal vehicle and you telling me that you just like, okay, oh well, if I came with, you know what I'm saying, a couple extraness, you gonna let me in here. Like, I feel like he said it in a nice way. And I would have never recorded it. At least if I would have laughed about it and sent it to my friends like, oh, bitch, maybe it's time for a bitch to lose a couple pounds. Because now they're denying me rides. But you got that man fired. You did wrong. That's all I got to say. But you beautiful, girl. I swear to God, you got a T.
This is about to hurt a lot of people's feelings, but I feel like it's something that needs to be said, right? So I know you guys seen that video going around about this lady who was denied a Lyft ride. Now, keep in mind that this person was overweight, so there's a lot to say about that, but I'm not gonna touch into that. There's this big misconception where people actually believe that the vehicles that the drivers are picking you up in belongs to the company. So a lot of people will get in your car with this sense of entitlement, thinking that you're obligated into doing certain things, when in reality, you're not. So if anybody chooses to offer you so much as a stick of gum or some water or whatever the case may be, they're doing so because they want to, or they're expecting, or they're doing it because they want to expect a good review. Because let's be honest, the review with Uber and Lyft, if you're the driver, is terrible. So the guy went to go pick this chick up. He realized, like, yo, this is a small vehicle, by the way. He realized that she's overweight. So he's like, listen, respectfully, I can't allow you to get in the car because it's not going to be good for my vehicle, which makes sense. But for some reason, she took it upon herself to make it seem as though he is in the wrong for denying her the ride. Now, remember what I said in the beginning, Uber or Lyft does not own the vehicle. So if someone is choosing to offer you a ride in their vehicle, you got to have some type of respect. If somebody's choosing to deny you a ride for whatever reason may be, just request another ride. It's not that deep. Now, with that being said, Uber and Lyft also has, I think, 3 to 4 different tiers of ride that you can choose from. Keep that in mind. They have basic, pool, XL, and luxury, if I'm remembering correctly. I haven't done this in years. Now, for somebody like her, you should have requested, or let me not say should have, because apparently other drivers have allowed her in their vehicle before. But if you were considerate and you're not worried about saving $2, you could have requested an XL, because an XL would have been more, what's the word I'm looking for? I cannot think of the word for some reason. Accommodating for you. Now, you're not worried about accommodation. You're worried about taking a cheaper ride, which is cool. You can take a cheaper ride if somebody's allowing you to get in their vehicle. But if this one particular person is saying, I can't allow you in my vehicle, then that's just what it is. You don't got to make a scene about it. You don't got to do nothing. This is what I don't like about Uber and Lyft and why I stopped doing it. They never take up for their drivers, ever. And no matter what the situation is, they never take up for their driver. It's a customer-based service. So no matter what you do, the customer is always right, even when they're wrong. So when you choose to work for businesses like that, you got to understand, like, no matter what you do, you're always going to be in the wrong, even when you're in the right as the driver. If I share with you guys some of the stories or some of the things that I've dealt with driving for Uber or Lyft, you would be like, nah, ain't no way. Like, that never happened. But like, this is real life. Like, this happens in real life. People get in your car, they feel a sense of entitlement. They think you owe them something because they're paying $5 to go from point A to point B, and they completely forget. Or I'm not saying forget, because most of them don't even know. I've had conversations with people that don't even know that this is your personal vehicle. So you choosing to allow somebody in your personal space is a big deal. And I see women doing Uber and Lyft, and I'm like, yo, I couldn't. If you was with me, I can't see you out here doing this. Like, I wouldn't allow you to do no shit like this, because I know what this comes with. I've done it. You know what I mean? So you're putting yourself in a situation where it's like, people can be an a-hole at any time. You just never know what type of time somebody's gonna come in your vehicle on.
Yeah, I liked his response, especially because he used to work for Lyft. That's what I mean. Like, when he was like, I could tell you some of the stories, but I'll save that for another video. Yeah. See me, I like talking. I like, asking them like how long have they worked, what time did they clock in today. I like to get to know my driver, especially if it's like a long trip that I'm taking. And most of them, they're quite sweet. You know what I mean? They're all right. They're decent. Yeah, but some of them, they tell me like their experiences, like how people have bumped them, or someone that's bought in fish and then it's leaked out and then the whole car stinks, so then they have to get it cleaned out. Like, I hear some mad stories, but yeah, it's not easy, and it's just sad that they don't back their workers. I can't believe that. You know what I mean? The pay is rubbish already, because I know with Uber, obviously it goes off ratings, and then you can tip them if you really want to. But I know the amount of driving and things that they're doing, it's just, you know what I mean, the wages, it's just not making sense. And then obviously some people hire the taxi, then you've got to get the insurance. It's a lot that they've got to deal with. And then people are just rude and disrespectful. And even my man, he did taxiing probably for like 6 months. So obviously he did the training, that cost a lot. Then he rented a car, and then he had to have a certain insurance. It's just a lot at the end of the day. It's not worth it. He didn't have a good experience. Like, a lot of his customers were rude, like throwing money at him and things like that. Like, no.
Let's be for real, girl. You know you couldn't fit in that man's damn Toyota Corolla, girl. Now you're trying to sue Lyft, girl. This is crazy.
Full-size lady that got the Lyft driver fired is now suing Lyft, okay? And I don't think that man was being funny. Let me say that, because he didn't have a camera out. He was not recording. No, he was being honest that his car was badly on the wheels that it was on, okay? And it was already ticking already as well, okay? And we know our vehicles, we know. And like I say, I don't think he was being funny. Now she has a lawsuit, all right? And get your bag, all right? So you finna get this lawsuit. It's gonna happen again, okay? So I'm letting you know that it motivated me to start back walking, okay? I do my little 30-day walk. I do 2 miles around my neighborhood. But I hope it motivated her as well, because
I'm not being funny. It's so many different weight loss plans out there now, that she can try or do, or just start walking and doing small things in your home, whatever the case may be. I know a lot of people, she has made a lot of people get up because you have this lawsuit, and no matter if you feel you so confident with this weight, nobody want to be big. And if she think this is going to be the last time that somebody tell her, you can't get on this plane, you can't sit there, these chairs will not hold you. Like, I know everybody's making a joke about it, but it's not funny because weight can really take you up out of here. And I understand that, you know, she felt played and she felt that he shouldn't have done it or shouldn't have done it that way. I don't even know what the case may be. But if she don't lose the weight still, this should motivate her. You're going to come back into this problem again and again and again. And what you're going to do, keep suing and suing and suing, or you're going to fix the problem. You know, I don't think, and I'm going to say this again, this man has lost his job from being honest, okay? Letting you know that his vehicle cannot pull all this weight. And I still feel that that's unfair. So now you got this lawsuit, okay? Okay, so you win this one. What about the next one? Now, what about the next one when somebody keep it real with you, okay, and your feelings get hurt? You're going to sue them too? Think about that, guys. Hugs and love, J-Lo. Y'all be blessed.
So with the man losing his job, I don't think that's right. So a couple of people were saying on TikTok that they're trying to find him and set up a GoFundMe. Now, if you've been on this channel long enough, you know how I feel about those GoFundMes. But in this case, he defo deserves a GoFundMe. If you've not checked out my previous video, it's about people twerking, dancing when they should have been working. Please check that out. But someone from there, they set up a GoFundMe, and it's just like, she don't need it. A man like this, who's just trying to make an honest living, getting fired for pretty much nothing, he deserves a GoFundMe. But yeah, guys, that's it for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think she has a case suing Lyft? And do you think it's right that the driver got fired? Please like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Stay safe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.